Hello everyone, it's Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do the first look, show you how to set up for the first time this brand new MOVA Z60 Ultra Roller Complete Robot Vacuum Cleaner. Now I did buy this with my own money and I wasn't paid for this video. Right? It's retailing for $1,500, but it is on sale for $1,200, which seems like a really good price because of how much stuff it comes with. I love what MOVA is doing, including all the future accessories you're going to need. Lots of solution. That's probably about a $200 worth of parts there that they're including with the kit. So in this video, we're going to unbox it. We're going to put it all together. We're going to connect it to Wi-Fi, map our home. I'll go through how to edit the map. I'll show you my recommended settings, and then we'll do the first cleaning in the world famous Just a Dad Corner cleaning testing area, and we'll do some carpet cleaning testing area. I'll have lots of future videos coming out on this, and I'll also be comparing it to the brand new Dream Aqua 10. While these things look very similar, they're actually quite different, I'm noticing right away. Now again, I did buy this with my own money, but I use links. So if you see a pop-up in the video or on my website, justadadapproved.com, or in the description, if you click on those links, I am an Amazon and a Walmart affiliate. It'll take you to those websites. If you end up purchasing that product using my link, the product doesn't cost you anymore, but I do get a small commission from the sale. Now be sure and check out my website, justadadapproved.com. I just released my awards for the year. The MOVA P10 Pro got the best award. And when it goes on sale, sign up for my email on my website. And when products that I highly recommend go on sale, I send an email out to let you know that, hey, this robot is really good and it's at a great price. Okay, so sit back and enjoy. This is going to be kind of a long video, but we're going to go through it step by step. So here's everything that comes in the box. We get the robot vacuum cleaner. We get an extra brush roller, power cord, 2 side brushes, 3 dustbin filters, which I love, 3 mop rollers. These are all extra parts. 3 dust bags. We get the pet odor solution and the MOVA floor cleaning solution. Here's the actual robot that does have LiDAR navigation. That LiDAR will go up and down. It's got a sensor on the front that can avoid obstacles really well. Here's the base station. The base station is going to wash the mop roller, empty out the dustbin. Up top here, we've got a clean water tank. It does have the calcium. That white thing in there is going to help with hard water deposits. And then here's the dirty water tank. You will have to clean this dirty water tank once in a while. It's a really nice design. Here's where it's going to auto empty the dustbin. So you'll have to change this dust bag every couple months, and it has the dual tank. So the A is going to correspond with that solution, which is just regular floor cleaning solution. The B tank is going to correspond with the pet solution, pet odor solution. And in the settings, we're going to choose which solution it uses and when. Now around back, there is a power switch. Mine was off, so make sure it's in the down or the line position. That turns the dock on. The power cord we need to plug in, it is 6 feet long. It plugs in right here. Make sure it's all the way flush. A little bit of cord storage, and you can plug it into 120 volts, 60 hertz, 4.6 amps during dust, and 1,160 watts during heating of the water. Again, it is 6 feet long and it's 3-prong. On the dock, we do have this ramp. We want to install this ramp. You do have to kind of lift it up and snap it into place. Make sure that it's flush, which mine's not flush right there. I got to tape there. Make sure that is all flush right there. Front to back, the dock is 16 inches or 41 centimeters. Now left to right, looks like we're right at 16.5 inches or 42 centimeters. Now it is a little taller because you have to be able to lift that lid all the way, and it's 28.5 inches or 72 centimeters tall. The width of the robot is 35 centimeters or 13.75 inches wide. Now the height of it when the LiDAR is lowered is 3.46 inches. Seems like it's a little bit taller than that, 3.75 inches tall. And centimeters is about 9.5 centimeters. Okay, let's take a close-up look of the robot. Underneath this lid, there was a foam piece right here that prevented this from moving in and out. We have 2 physical buttons on top, a home button, a power button, which is also a start and stop button. Up front, it does have a camera, LED light, optical avoidance sensors. You will have to clean these once in a while, but The side brush does extend and it does move up and down, and it is anti-tangle. Another sensor on the side. There's some of those, that robotic arms that leaps over thresholds. Mop roller, come around back. This is the charging. That's another sensor to help it back up. This is where it fills the robot up with water. It's going to press this little button when it wants to drain the dirty water tank. Alignment pins. This is auto empty dustbin. Let's lift this up. So when it vacuums your house, everything's going to go into this dustbin. And at the end of the job, it's going to suck everything out the base station. So you will have to clean this filter. It's reusable, and I'm glad they give us 3 extra ones. So these are reusable. So you just wash them in the sink, let it dry in the sun, and then put it back. Make sure it clicks into place. There is a reset button for the Wi-Fi right there. Now around back, this is the dirty water tank. The water is going to get scraped off of the roller, mop roller, and get sucked into here. And then at the end of the job, again, that little thing gets pressed, and that opens up a trap door, and all the dirty water comes out the bottom. So we can see there's that trap door. And then this is just a pass-through to fill the internal water tank of the robot. There's an internal water tank that gets filled up. Because the robot is continuously, when it's mopping, it's putting water on the mop roller. So I like that this is removable so that we can take it out and clean it. You will need to clean this once in a while. And it's very easy to clean. So this is the auto empty. Everything's going to auto empty. That seems a little bit smaller than normal. If we look right here, everything gets sucked out of the dustbin. Here's the dustbin. Everything, there's a little trap door. Everything gets sucked out from the base station. The base station is going to suck everything out through this little trap door right here. So, okay, here's the bottom of the robot. It is a robot with a mop roller. It can lift this up and down, and there's also a cover that comes over and covers it when it's on carpet. Here's your drive wheels, but it also has the Pro Leap wheels. These little robotic arms will come out and lift the robot over a very tall threshold for a total of 8 centimeters, but it has to be a step threshold of 4.5 and 3.5 centimeters. Side brush extends into the corner. It does have a carpet sensor. So I love when robots have carpet sensors. These are the cliff sensors, so it doesn't fall down your stairs. But back to the carpet sensor again, it'll sense whenever it's on carpet. It'll raise this, cover it, turn the water off, and it also shows you in the app where all the carpet is, which is super nice. This wheel just spins free. Now this is kind of like a flap. I've not seen one of these on a robot yet, so maybe that's going to help direct stuff from getting run over, directed into that. There's no flap over here, but that's kind of like a shark fin or something. It does have the dual brush roller, which I'm going to take out. So let's talk about the mop roller first. So you will have to take this out once in a while, press this button on the side and pull straight up. There's the motor. We don't want to get that wet. Now we don't want to get anything inside the robot wet, but here it has a fluffer. So this is really cool. It's going to keep the mop roller from getting really matted down. It fluffs it, and it works very well. You can take that out. There's where the water is going to come out. Let's get a close-up of this. So the water sprays out right here. And then this little area right here is the suction. We can't really see it. Right there is where the dirty water gets sucked off of the robot, and there's the scraper. But the water gets sprayed onto the mop pad right before it gets sucked out. And then this is like a little comb here. Now we can take this cover off. There's a little button right here. It's a little tricky, but I'm glad they give us instructions right here. So if I push this little button forward, it kind of clicks into place. I can grab this and take this out. That's the cover. And be careful, there is a little bit of grease over here on this. But I'm not going to take it out. I'm going to put it back, make sure it's flush, and then make sure that we want to make sure that is down. Okay, down in that position right there. All right, let's put the mop roller back on. Again, we get three of these. That's super nice. Put it on. You may have to rotate it a little bit, push this down until it clicks. Again, when it empties the dirty water tank, that there's something on the base station that presses a button and all the dirty water comes out right here. This is the dual brush roller. Pinch these tabs, rotate this up. Now the long hairs are not going to wrap around the roller. They're going to wrap around, but these fins are angled and they're going to be directed towards the end where there's no pivot point. And then they'll get sucked up into the dirty, to the waste bin. So this does a good job of helping with long hair, preventing it. They come off for easy cleaning, but we do get an extra one. So you will have to replace it after a time, and the app will tell us when it's time to replace it. Put the front feet in, kind of wiggle it, and pull up and down. The robot is able to lift that up and down. So when you're mopping only, it'll lift this so that this is not dragging in the dirt and debris or the mud. And I forgot to put this on. So it's pretty simple. There's a metal, line this up. Make sure that kind of clicks into place. This all seems very, very well put together, easy to work on. Yeah. Mop roller surface is about 10¼ inches wide or 26 centimeters. Vacuuming area is 5.5 or 14 centimeters. Okay, let's fill up the tanks. Again, this PET solution. It's a smaller tank, so it's going to hold pretty much all of that. And then this is the floor cleaning solution. Now, they're not going to recommend you put anything other than their own solution in here. But I do have a video, and I will be experimenting with putting different solutions in the clean water tank. All right. I've got it plugged in. The light is on right here. Let's fill the clean water tank up and do some maintenance on the dirty water tank. I'll put a link to everything I'm using over here in the show description notes. So the first thing we're going to do is Efferent tablets. The dirty water tanks will stink, so grab an Efferent tablet and just throw one in there every time you empty that out. And I'll put a link to this. This is a really good brush from Walmart, $5. You're gonna have to clean these. These get super dirty, and this is the best brush to clean it with. Clean water tank, again, you just fill it up. There's a float. That needs replaced after 3 years. It's supposed to help with hard water deposits. And my second Roomba Max 705 is broke, so they say there's an update coming out, so I'm gonna wait, but I'll probably be sending it back too. I will get a new one. Hopefully I'll get a good one. I will be comparing it to the Eufy S1 and the Eufy E25 and the much anticipated Dream Aqua 10 and the Flow, the Narwhal Flow over here. Okay, let's start by turning the robot on. We're gonna press and hold this power button for about 5 seconds. And those lights should start breathing. Okay, they are. And that circle comes on. Let's go to you have to get the MOVA app, log in with a username and password. It's free to use. But go to this section, swipe over till you hit scan to connect. Give it access to your camera, and then you're going to point your camera at this QR code. Okay, so I turned the robot on and made this sound.
MOVA robot. Please open robot's cover and scan QR
and it lifted itself up. So be prepared for it to lift up and do some stuff. So it kind of scared me. So whenever you scan it,
task smoothly. Place robot back into dock before when hearing start.
Okay, so when you scan the code, pick your Wi-Fi, give it your Wi-Fi password, click this. I've already turned the robot on, hit next. Now I want to press the 2 buttons till I hear it reset the Wi-Fi.
Waiting for the network configuration.
Okay, we're going to hit next. Device hotspot, hit join.
Please return to app to wait for the result.
All right, you're going to get 3 things. I didn't get something that says connect to the Wi-Fi being transmitted by that. It's a little different, but it's working.
Network connected successfully. Place robot back into dock before starting tasks.
Okay, let's do what they said and let's start charging it. Make sure you hear start charging. All right, good. All right, let's hit finished. It's going to walk you through some things. There it is. Hit enter. Oh, you have to agree. close mop cover for carpet cleaning. That's on by default. Mop extend is on. Side reach is on. LDS is on. We have pets. I'll pick that later. Do not disturb is on, which I'm glad. Smart voice, I'm going to turn that off. All right, start experience. So the first thing we're going to do is check for updates, and we're going to map our home. Then I'll go through the recommended settings.
Hello, I am MOVA's smart voice assistant. You can say to the robot, "Hey MOVA."
My tablet's speaking to me. This is interesting, first time. I don't know what that was stuck, but there's a firmware update. So we're going to do the update. I want automatic updates on. We're going to go to 439-2432.
Update.
Okay, that took maybe 5 minutes. It's done. Let's go back. So here we are. We're going to do fast mapping. We're going to do, and it wants you to do the deep clean, but let's do the fast mapping first. Then we'll go through the settings and how to edit the map. Open your doors.
Start mapping.
Kind of pick things up.
It will take about 5
You
to
can
10
put
minutes.
no-go zones while it's mapping.
Doors to be cleaned and clean up objects on the
And you
ground.
can put
During the
thresholds.
mapping process, please
So if it's
ensure
having a
that
hard
the
time,
doors will
this thing
open
likes to
and
talk
do
to
not
you.
block the room's entrance or move the robot at all.
So if you can tell, ooh, that was cool. So it's very quiet. It's going to randomly go around your house, and it's going to create the map. That is just the coolest part. So you can watch your house being created. And again, like I said, you can put a threshold. Like right there, I need to put a threshold. So I can tell it, I can hit that button. It pauses the mapping. And then I want to add a passable threshold. Use the lines, move it, pinch and zoom, make it smaller. And you can put these no-go zones too while you're... There. Hit the check mark and then it'll resume mapping.
Proceed with mapping.
Yep. So that's a super cool features. And same with no-go zones. If you don't want it to go into an area to even map it, you can put a no-go zone. So, all right, we'll sit back and enjoy this and we'll come back. Okay, so you should have gotten this pop-up after it's done mapping your house. I had to come home, so I'm doing this at home right now. Let's proceed to adjustment. Click OK. So there's the map of the home. It did a really good job. Wow, very good. All right, let's divide. Ooh, it even divided that one room. It kind of knows. So I want to divide. Click the room you want to divide. And again, that line, if it's dashed, it won't divide the room up. So let's, when it's a solid line, make it straight. And then hit divide. It should bring it up into 2 different rooms, 2 different colors. And then let's name the room. You can also merge rooms. So these 2 corridors, let's merge this one and this one into one corridor. And then let's name them. So this one's going to be called the name. I do recommend using the names they have because they'll clean the mop pads differently and they do things differently using the AI. Take your time doing this. This will pay off in the future. And you can always adjust these later. It's been a while since I've been home, Miss Fiona. She's getting older. I wish she was at the studio every day with me. But we're at the old studio. Okay, so I got this pop-up also. Proceed. I got threshold. You can do ramps. So with a passable threshold, it turns the cliff sensors off. So be careful. Again, I already added one right here, and it did go into that room during the mapping process. If there's a room that it didn't map, it'll go into that room once you add a passable threshold. You can add non-passable thresholds. Those are red. It won't go past it. And then you can put a ramp. Not sure whether... There's a ramp. You can make it wide, long. So I'll play around with ramps later. All right, let's go to let's keep editing. So we've done room partition. Let's do floor material. We're just going to walk across. So the studio right here, the corner test, pick the floor material. It does go that direction. So if I pick that direction, you'll see the floor grain going that way. You want to mop in the direction of your floor. You can do tile and others. So looks like 4 options. And hit confirm. All right. And let's go back here. Let's do no-go zones. These are really important. And you can add these later. You can add a virtual wall. It won't go past this red line wherever you put it. No-go zone. I know it's going to struggle over here. You can't put it around the dock. But back here, there's a computer that's got some cables on the ground. Hit there, and you can add as many of those as you'd like. And again, you can do no mop zone. So if you find it mopping a rug that maybe you don't want it to rug, you can fine tune those later on. Furniture, I don't really add furniture. This really comes into play with pet supplies and pet stuff. They'll do extra clean around pet stuff. So you can take your time, and it's kind of tedious adding all the furniture. Cleaning sequence, this is a really important one. So whenever it does a whole home clean, what order do you want it to do? And it's very easy. I want it to do the corner test first. So find it. Nope. There it is. And then hold the 3 little lines and drag it up, and it'll drag it to the number 1 position. So now it'll go this, and then let's do the kitchen. So you can just drag these in any order. And you can change these around as you want. And then hit the check mark when you got them exactly how you want. Let's go back to this. Virtual thresholds. There's where we added that earlier. Curtains. I don't have any long curtains, but you can add where the curtains are. It's a squiggly little line. So you can it'll stay away. It won't go in there and get tangled up with curtains that are really low to the ground. Low line areas. This thing should automatically figure some of these out, but you can add some. I know right here, this low clearance area. This is when it'll lower the LiDAR and go under your furniture. Again, it may identify some of these on its own, but you can also add some. So I'm going to add to go underneath that piece of furniture. And then carpet. Now, I do recommend having this clean your entire home a couple times, because with that carpet sensor, it's going to identify where the carpet is. You can fine tune the carpet later, and then you're going to get pop-ups saying, oh, it found some more carpet, and then you just click on it and it adds it. You can do carpet type. There's medium to high, low profile, and other. So this will take time to fine tune the carpet, because do a deep cleaning first. Have it clean your entire home a couple times. All right, so we've done low layering, multi-floor management. This is if you want to do multi-floors. And then you can have it do intelligent switching. Whenever you put it on the floor, it'll spin around and it figures out what floor it's on. Or you could do manual switching. Let's name the map. I think it is important. Let's rename the map. This is the upstairs. All right. Okay, so we're done with, we can back it up, restore, and delete. Map display, this is pretty cool. You can play with the 3D. This 3D is getting better. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then there's, and that 3D map will get better as time goes on. But I like the 2D. All right, now this little guy here, he's always giving you pop-ups, and you just got to kind of clear them. To me, they're kind of annoying and in the way. Okay, so we're going to click the 3 little lines up here. This is going to go into settings. You can search the settings if you're looking for something. So the clean history is where it's going to tell you where it's cleaned. Schedule, the number one thing I tell people is put it on a schedule, hit the plus button. You could have it mop one room one day, vacuum your entire house the other days. Very nice. Carpet settings. The robot will vacuum the carpet area without mopping. And then there's more settings. Carpet boost. You can clean carpets first. Close mop cover for carpet. Ooh, you can turn that on or off. That's interesting. Intensive carpet cleaning. Side brush rotates on carpet is off by default. And carpet cleaning with chassis lifted. That's important if you have high profile carpet. It shows a demonstration that it'll lift the chassis to clean your carpet. So that is nice, which I may have to use that on some certain carpet, and you can clean carpets first. You could have it avoid, ignore, or cross. Floor cleaning settings. The auto LDS. I recommend you can turn that off where it will not lower the radar, or you could do extreme coverage, or just leave it in the safety where it's going to do it, but not. Frequency. How often do you want it to do? Clean in the low clean areas. Collision avoidance is on. Clean along floor direction. So since I picked the floor direction, I want to clean along floor direction. Dynamic obstacle area clean. After enable, the robot will record any areas it missed after it cleans your house, and then it'll go back and check those and see if it can clean those again. Yeah, I like that. So this intelligent stain cleaning is on by default. I think I'll leave it on. Large particle boost is off. Let's see, yeah, we've done all those, yeah. Pet care. I'm going to leave the pet thing off for now, but there's all kinds of things with the pet monitoring, and they're really doing a lot with this pet stuff. AI-driven side reach is on. Mop extend, and the frequency as when they extend is high. I like that. Clearance legs. So how do you want it to jump over your thresholds? If it's a square, you want to do that. If it's uneven, you want to do synchronized. Dock settings. Washing settings. Auto wash. Smart washing. It's going to adjust the temperature based on environmentals. Washing mode is standard. We can do light, standard, or deep. Water temperature is hot. You can do normal, mild, warm, or hot. Mop drying settings, you can turn it on. Standard is, I'm going to do 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, or you can mute. Means it'll still dry it. It's just going to extend it to a really long time. Auto empty. I like high frequency. Intelligent or low frequency. Hair compression is on. Detergent settings. Okay, this one, mop with detergent, mop washing with detergent. Those are two separate settings. That's nice. Tank A has the balanced, or you can turn off once detergent will not be used for clean. Oh, so you can turn off tank A. So this is kind of more specialized. Tank B is on, and it's the pet care. Oh, I have to enable pets. So let's go ahead and turn the pet stuff on. Pet cleaning, auto empty. It's kind of giving you some more large particle boost. I don't like, but you got to turn this on to get the pet detergent to work. There. Frequency, high frequency. So it's only going to use that pet detergent to eliminate odors. And I think it only does it around like where you identify where the pet stuff is. Balanced, it's only once a week. And high frequency means it will consume it on every cleaning. Washboard auto clean. Looks like I'll have to do a separate video on how to clean the settings. Okay. Intelligent obstacle avoidance is on. Pet picture or pictures, and basically you have to agree to enable that. That's the camera on the front. Fill light is on. Voice assistant, I've got it off. Real-time camera. This is where you're going to, I'm not going to enable it, but hit enable, and then you're going to set the passcode. You have to like hit the dock button, I think, or something, and then and then that way you know the passcode. More functions. Add shortcut to home screen. Not sure what that is. Do not disturb is on. We want to make sure and leave that on. I'm going to turn mine off. Resume auto clean is on. Child lock, notification, remote control, Wi-Fi management, device maintenance. You can drain the internal water tank and locate the robot right there. Battery. Off-peak charging, charging limit. I'm going to leave it at 100%, but you can put it at 90, or it'll only charge it up to 90%. Supposedly that saves the battery life. Accessory usage. This is where you're going to reset all these. These are the reminders to let you know when it's time to clean the sensors. This is going to be the most annoying. Every 30 hours, you got to clean the sensors and then hit the reset the sensor. This filter in the dustbin, you need to clean that every couple weeks, but it needs replaced after 150 hours. And looks like we got dust mop pad is as needed, disposable bag, and then there's that scale inhibitor, that's 3 years. Help. Device information, you change the name, time zone, unit of square meter, we'll go square feet. Device sharing, firmware update, we've already made sure the update rate is on. Okay. Now we're back to the map mode. Now when it's in all, let's click here. This looks a little different. We can do Clean Genius, which is probably what you're going to leave it in most of the time. Vacuum and mop after vacuum, so the mop roller's not wet. And you can do, I do recommend doing a deep cleaning on Clean Genius for a couple times, just to kind of let it figure out your house even more. It maps your house a little bit better and identifies where all the carpet is. Or we can do custom. We can do vacuum only, vacuum and mop after vacuum, or custom. So when we're vacuum and mop, we can do 4 levels of suction. Looks like up to 32 levels of wetness. Mop wash frequency by square feet, by time, or by room. Let's go back to custom. And you can do quick or standard. Let's go to mop only. You get a few more options. You can go to intensive or deep cleaning. So a little bit more. All right, yeah, that's all that. When we go to vacuum, and when we go to vacuum, we do get max plus boost. It's kind of loud when it does that, but that's the highest suction it has. You can do a room, pick the rooms you want to do. You can do 1, 2, or 3 passes in each one of those rooms. And this one, this water stain clean, I'm not sure what that is. Let's read this. This is the first time I see it. For cleaning water stains on the floor or bathroom after bathing. The water tank of the robot will not release water during cleaning. Only dry mopping will be performed. Okay, that's interesting. Nope. Okay, so we can do, like I said, room. Let's do zone. You can do a zone room. Again, you've got that water stain cleaning. Move that around. You can do 1, 2, or 3 passes. You can add multiple zones. And back to all. And again, there's that pop-up that keeps coming up. If you go back, this is where you're going to add the smart speakers. Click on Me, voice control, and then this is where you connect all your smart speakers. Go back to devices, enter. All right, I think we're through all the settings. I'll have to do a separate video on this pet. There's a lot of pet settings on there. There's where you access the camera, the map editing. Let's go to the dock. This is interesting. Empty, wash, mop. You've got these green lights for all the detergent, dust saw. That's nice. And then you can go right to the dock settings. Interesting. Good. Okay, let's go do a cleaning. Okay, so let's go clean the corner testing area. We're going to do, I do want to show you, I have one setting that is on floor settings. This AI is on, so this stain recognition is on by default, so I am going to leave that on. And let's do a room, corner test. We're going to do Clean Genius, vacuum and mop. Let's do deep cleaning. Let's just do a normal clean. So let's go ahead and start. Now the first thing it's going to do, it's going to fill the robot's internal water tank up with water. I don't think it heats the water.
Start cleaning mop pad.
And then it's going to clean the mop roller. And I will be comparing it to the Aqua, the Dreamy Aqua 10. These things have some parts in common, but they're very different. Lots of things are different on them, I think. So I'll try to capture the different sounds it makes. This takes about 2.5 minutes, almost 3 minutes. And it's gonna do this at the end of the job also. And whatever setting, well, when you're on Clean Genius, it figures out however often to come back and wash the mop roller. So there's the dirty water pump. Okay, the LiDAR is gonna raise, it's gonna undock itself. It's gonna travel to that room and start vacuuming and mopping. It's very quiet when it travels. Okay, we're gonna see how the MOVA Z60 Ultra Roller does cleaning up this big mess. We got a cable for an obstacle. It's gonna vacuum and mop this room at the same time. It can extend that side brush and it can extend the mop pad right up against the wall. So it must have thought that hair was an obstacle. It's doing a pretty good job. There's extending that mop pad and the side brush. So it looks like it is recognizing that cable, and it's going to stay away from that cable. It's also going to take a picture of that cable. So it has really good obstacle avoidance. Those cables that are low to the ground are very hard to identify and go around. So once it does the perimeter of the room, it's going to go back and forth and make the straight lines after it gets around this obstacle. And it's going to go back and forth right here. And then once the obstacle is cleared, then it'll go back and forth the entire room. It's relatively quiet. It is vacuuming and mopping at the same time. Now it did leave a little bit in that corner over there. For some reason it turned the side brush off for just a second. Okay, it's recognizing this as a stain, and it's going to make a square perimeter around it and do a mopping event only. And I'll show you in the app. There, it recognized it. That's that gray square you're seeing. That's where the stain is. And so, well, it didn't get, the box that it drew wasn't quite big enough. it will eventually mop that over there. After it mops this, then it's going to go and wash the mop roller and come back and finish the job. Now it does lift the side brush, and it also lifts the vacuum part. So it's mopping only right now. Wow, it's doing a good job. That floor looks really clean. There's a little bit of smearing, a little bit of dirt left. Okay, so the first, in this square, the first pass was up, down, and now it's in that same square, it's gonna go left, right now. And it is really clean. Had to go get my white glove I forgot about. Yeah, that's just wetness. A little bit in the crevices, not too bad. Now again, for some reason over here in this corner, it turned that side brush off just for a second. That was enough to kind of leave a mess. Now after this, it should go back. It said, what it did say, see it says returning to wash. It said it was cleaning that stain, which it did. That thing is so quiet when it travels. And it's backing up to the docking station, and it's going to wash the mop roller. And then it's going to go back and finish that job.
Start cleaning mop pads.
I'll put some fake poop down. This corner is relatively clean. I would like this Clean Genius. I just don't know whether it's going to do 2 passes or not. And for some reason, it turned that side brush off for just a second. I don't have the large particle boost on. You know, there's the white glove test. There is a little bit of dirt on the floor. Yeah, there's where it went out. There's just something about that corner over there sometimes. I don't know if my wall sticks out or something, but sometimes it seems like Dreamy and MOVA just kind of move up and out a little bit. Yeah, there's this new slide bar on the side, which is, there's really, I mean, it just tells you the percentage that it's almost done. This all looks new. I don't see the skip area or add-in area. I saw it earlier on something else, but maybe when it's doing all or something. That's a little different noise. It's kind of like a, I don't know how to explain. It's a little different than what we're used to hearing on robots. It's not super loud, but it's Kind of like a mechanical gear. Hard to tell what it's doing now. It's been cleaning it for about 2.5 minutes. I wonder if we're getting a second mop washing, because this does have a dirt detection sensor that it'll rewash the mop roller. I think that's what we're getting. It's washing the mop roller twice because it detected too much dirt when it was being sucked up into the dirty water tank. Okay, so we definitely got a second washing. It wasn't as long as the first washing, but it definitely was a second washing. Looks like it did recognize that fake poop. Yep. All right, so I think we're back to, oh, we might be doing a mopping still. I don't know if it's just doing that box area. Looks like it's doing the box area again. Yep. Definitely recognizes that poop and stayed away from it. Ooh, what? We're getting some spilt water. Gotta keep my eye on that. Definitely something going on when it turns. And I'm in Clean Genius, so it's in charge of the water level. Almost seems like it's putting down too much water when it turns. Trying to catch the reflection. This pass seems to be doing better. Yeah, it seems to be doing better now. But that first time it came here, I put down too much water in the corner for when it was turning. I'm not sure why. Definitely got to keep our eye on that. Says we're at 95%. Uncleanable stains, that's that dog poop. Well, internet must be slow. Normally it shows you the picture. Okay. So we're going back to regular vacuuming and mopping, I'm assuming. Yeah, the side brush is spinning. It says cleaning. Oh, that's funny. Now that comes back. So, sorry. This is a little bit more dried on. There's that puddle of water from earlier. Yeah, this room's really clean. Corner over there could need another pass. I'm not sure if it's going to get it or not. That one got about, 90% of the corner clean. The floor is really clean. Yeah, I bet if I did the white glove test now, maybe a little bit of dirt right there. I hope it's doing a second pass. We'll see. Oh yeah, so several things happened. This went back down to 86%. I got the extra clean and exclude. It ramped up suction. I'm not sure what it thought this area was. It turns the side brush off and did something different. All right, so the gray circle goes away after the stain is cleaned. Our bar's at 88%. We're still cleaning. We're at the 13-minute mark. Oh, it lowered the LiDAR. Darn, I missed it. I told it there was a low lying area here. I hope it goes back in there farther. I'm not sure if it is or not. No. So it did not go all the way underneath the furniture. I would have liked to seen it go all the way back there. We're at 90%. There's that low line area, the blue circle or blue square. You don't get that sound when the LiDAR goes up and down like you do on the Dreamy. I'm not sure what it's doing. It's just sitting here.
Cleaning completed. Returning to the dock to charge.
All right, so it just jumped up to 100%. So we may get a remopping event. I mean, we still have that option. We'll see. Because even though that dirt detection sensor still should work, so if there's a bunch of dirt in there, as it's being sucked up into the dirty water tank, there's a sensor inside the base station. It's got to pass through. If it's dirtier than normal, it should tell the robot to go back and remop.
Start charging. Start auto empty.
Oh yeah, here's the auto empty. It's not very loud at all. It's probably one of the quietest I've heard.
Start cleaning mop pads.
Okay, so we're still washing the mop. Should be about done, and we'll check the cleaning history and see if we get a second remopping.
Task completed. Please empty the used water tank timely. Start dehydrating mop pad.
Okay, we did not get a remopping event. Maybe, I mean, it did clean that area, and then, so the dirt detection must have been just on that last little bit, and there may not have been enough mud for that remopping event. So let's go to cleaning history. Yep, there's the room it cleaned. Didn't go underneath that piece of furniture. There's no timeline other than you can see it washed the mop 4 times, dust collected once, total cleaning area runtime. So no like timeline of what it does. Time for the vacuum tests. Let's do the carpet test area, 3 passes. We're gonna do vacuum only. I'll put it on max plus, but I'll play around with the other settings too. Standard.
Start selected room cleaning.
Got a bunch of dirt and debris. On the second pass, I'll add some poop, some fake poop. Now the long hairs are kind of strewn throughout. I don't have them in big clumps because it can sense that as an uncleanable obstacle. There's kitty litter, coffee, some more dog hair, some big cereal chunks. So it thinks that little carpet ledge is a threshold, but it's not. It added that itself. So those are the robotic legs that it uses. I can remove that. That's an actual threshold right there, which it does do. It will randomly add thresholds. There's the threshold I added. I could remove that one. Now I have it set up in the settings where the side brush won't turn on carpet. And we'll see what it does with a register. Sometimes it thinks it's a cliff. Oh, went over it this time. Okay, let's see how the MOVA Z60 Ultra Roller is going to clean up this big mess on the carpet. First thing it does, the perimeter of the room. So after it does the perimeter of the room, then it's going to go back and forth in the nice straight lines because it has LiDAR navigation. Now I do have it on max plus. I'm not sure why it's lowering the suction and then ramping it up. I don't have the large particle boost selected. Still doing a good job of vacuuming. Now it is going to do 2 passes. Hopefully it'll come back and get that hair. There's the kitty litter. Not too bad on the kitty litter. It's got another pass yet. Okay, so now it's going to do on the second pass, it's going to do the perimeter of the room first. We do have some hair clumps. It did a really good job of vacuuming. This is pretty typical for robot vacuum cleaners to come up with hair clumps, especially this dual brush roller design. We're also going to check for hair wrap. I'm not sure why the suction's going up and down. I thought maybe it was in like a custom or a corner cleaning boost sometimes, but this is weird. Let me know if you know in the description why the suction would be going up and down. I've got it on Carpet Max Plus, which I'm going to be turning that off, and I'll go to quiet. Man, that thing's really quiet. Let's go to standard. There's standard. Turbo. Turbo's not much. It seems like it's the same setting. And max. Turbo, standard, turbo, and max all seem the same until you go to Max Plus. Max Plus is definitely louder. Now in vacuuming, my carpet is kind of thick. So under carpet cleaning settings, I may have wanted to turn cleaning with chassis lifted. It'll lift the chassis up to right on top of I don't have that on right now, so maybe I do want that on. I got to play around with it some more. It seems to be doing okay. Maybe that would help with the hair clumps. If it was riding on top of it, maybe the brush roller wasn't dragging as hard. Well, I forgot to press the play button. I don't know why.
Proceed with cleaning task.
Okay, I messed up. I thought I was recording. I had some fabulous news that was going on here, and I wasn't recording. I do apologize for this, but we're going to try to simulate what I just forgot to record. We've got a really cool setting now that I need to turn on, and it's this chassis lift. And I turned it on, and I thought I hit record, but it cleaned up this room so much better. And we did those hair clumps that were from the first pass. It picked all those up. So what I did now is I put down some more hair stuff because this is doing 3 passes. I've got it in chassis lift right now. So I've got it on this setting. So let's turn that setting off. It'll go back to, it'll lower itself. It looks a little, with the chassis lifted, it looks a little odd. And I like that we can adjust this in real, it hasn't gone down yet. And maybe it won't, but the chassis is lifted right now. Because it's kind of teetering, but it actually did a super job. Yeah, I was able to turn that on and off. I'll just leave it on. Okay, just take my word for it. The chassis lift is on. You could see it lift. But again, I forgot to press record. I apologize. It happens. But this may be what pet owners need. Because I have seen the hair clump with these dual rollers. I mean, you can definitely see the chassis lifted. The mop roller is off the ground a lot farther. And so this is under carpet settings, cleaning with chassis lifted. And I was so impressed on the second pass, those long hair clumps, and even there was like a big clump over here, it vacuumed them up. I've never seen that before on these Dreamy and MOVA dual rollers. Sometimes they do clump hair. I mean, I've seen it in all of my carpet testing almost. I don't see it at home on these dual brush rollers. Now, what I did is I put some more long hairs down and I put some more, I want to see if the vacuuming, I know it did better with the long hair, with the chassis lifted. I'm not sure if the vacuuming is just as good. I might see that as a uncleanable stain. No, not yet. Here's the cleaning that we're doing. We're on 15 minutes. Okay. There, it's going to be a true test right there. Yeah. It doesn't like it. I was standing there earlier. Maybe it sensed me standing there. I'm not sure. But you can definitely tell it's elevated and it teeters. I thought it was kind of gimmicky, but I'm just too fascinated with how well it's going to clean. Okay, it doesn't seem like vacuuming's diminished too much. Oh, we do have a clump. We do have a clump, I see. Okay, it's not the end-all be-all, but I did see it dragging some hair back there. Yeah, okay. Well, I thought it was there. This will be a good test. See here. This will be a good test. There's a hair clump, which is typical. Now, I don't consider these bad vacuums, but see, I think that helps. Now, this is kind of standard carpet. It's not real thin. Oh, there, it's just in the front. Okay. Remember, it's got that shark fin on the bottom. Well, it's doing a better job. It's just so hard to tell. There's a hair clump. Oh! It's just hard to tell if that brush roller is contacting or not. I don't have much. Oh man, almost. Bear with me. I really want to see it. It's going to be over. Okay, maybe if I'd have had the spotlight out. Now, I am a little worried about the auto empty. It's a very small port.
Task completed. Returning to the dock for charge.
I want to see if it auto empties everything. It's a little concerning. I'll try to show you. It's on the other side. Right there. I'm anxious to see. We'll see. These things, they have to auto empty, or that's a big no in that's a big failure in my book.
Start charging. Start auto empty.
'67. That's one of the quietest ones. All right. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, this was a...
Paused.
This was a pretty big test. Lots of hair. Oh no. I mean, those are really long hairs. I mean, no. When you're rooting for something, it fails. Oh, darn. Well, it does a good job of vacuuming. I was afraid of this. This right here. It does leak water when you tilt it to the side too, so be careful. That, it actually goes up. Oh, it goes up to an angle. So it goes in and at an angle and down. That's even harder for stuff to be sucked out. All right, I filled it back up. Not with everything. Just I want to just see the auto empty again. Trap door's closed. It's easier just to tell the dock.
Resume returning to the dock.
There's it has the normal size suction port, I think. This shark is pretty cool. And the best part of this shark, it's auto empty base. Better than a Dyson. All right, let's go to dock.
Start auto empty.
I have it on high intensity too. Now that sounded good. You heard the thunk. Yeah. Well, I got to do more testing on it, but that was, well, obvious. Definitely, if you have pets, this will not be something that I can recommend, because with lots and lots of dog hair, they probably had to do it because of something else. But normally, you want a big opening coming out the side here with not a lot of restrictions to empty out your dustbin. Now the Aqua does it out the bottom. And it's a big, large opening. These have their own issues where sometimes the door sticks open, but it's been auto empty and everything pretty good. I did the same test on it, and it didn't fail. This dog. So yeah.
To the dock to charge.
I want to show you down here. There's the. I guess the port is a little bit smaller. Yeah. Huh. So I forgot to check no hair wrap. There's a clump here that was, we don't forget we got the shark fin that was kind of helping. So yeah, no hair wrap. Not sure if the chassis lift was coming in contact or not, because it really doesn't move. Well, this is being sucked up right now. It can move that up and down. It did an okay job from the earlier test of, I would like to see them. Well, you can see where that fluffer doesn't. That fluffer really works good. I mean, I've noticed on the Dream it works. It's the same fluffer, but I've noticed when it's done drying, it's really fluffed, because when it dries the mop roller, you'll hear a zzz, zzz, you know, every once in a while, and that's turning it so the hot air will blow on different areas. And I love.
Water tank of the robot removed.
And this is okay that we have some, you know, but I can, once in a while, it didn't get everything out, but you know, I can clean this. So I don't know if that's going to be a problem that it didn't clean it all yet or not, but.
Used water tank of the robot installed.
Almost forgot. Let's go empty. Here's the clean water tank, but let's go empty the dirty water tank. It's pretty shocking how dirty that water is. So these things, to say robot vacuum cleaners don't work, that's pretty revealing that yes, they do work. Let's just verify the settings. Auto empty. Oh, it was on intelligent.
Start charging.
That stuff, I don't like this intelligent stuff on everything. And it does have hair. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe it would have went back more often. It doesn't say. You definitely want it to go back more often in auto empty instead of, but that really wasn't that big of a coverage area. Cleaning 19 minutes. There's where it cleaned the carpet test area, so. Well, this is the first look. I got to do more testing. I had very high hopes for this MOVA Z60. I don't know. I thought it was going to, I've had so many people ask me about it. I've read a lot, you know, I just thought it was going to be the best thing in the world. I don't know that it is yet. The auto empties have to work. That's an area when it doesn't auto empty, then it just causes problems. So I will be doing more testing on this. And for people thinking, I don't know the behind the scenes, but this is becoming very evident. Dreamy and MOVA, while these two robots could have been very similar, you know, if it was the same company, I think but preliminary, what I'm seeing is they're using some parts, but wow, are they doing things differently? I am actually shocked. I'm starting to see a really big separation between Dreamy and MOVA as far as design. Settings are different. I got this video coming up soon, and I'm pretty shocked how, you know, look, the auto empty system's different. The dock looks different. I mean, there's quite a few things that are different. It is on sale right now, $1,200 for the MOVA Z60. You get about $200 worth of spare parts that you will need eventually. So that brings the price down to $1,000. It's a generation, this is Gen 1 mop rollers. I mean, I think mop rollers are probably the future. We'll see. My award for the year was the MOVA P10 Pro. I mean, it's $500 right now. It's just an all-around great robot. I don't know how else to say it. It's just my favorite. It got my award of the year. 2025 Robot Vacuum of the Year is the MOVA P10 Pro still. I do have the MOVA E40. It's not going to be a replacement for the P10 Pro. It does okay, but if the price tag is around under $400, then it's a buy. But they've eliminated some things. So, Narwhal Flow on the fence about this still. It's still not doing black carpet. Still charging at random times. It's probably going to go back. Dreamy, this Aqua 10 has been doing really, really good. I mean, I got to get this comparison done, and I got to do some more testing and more. It's just, eventually it's going to go home. Probably the MOVA 60 will go home right now. The Roborock Q-Revo Curve X is at my house, and it's doing a fabulous job. I got my new Eufy E25. It's doing okay. The Eufy S1 has been having a little quirks about it. It's still doing a good job. This is my second Max 705, and it's broke. Straight out of the box, broke. I contacted iRobot. They said there's an update coming out. I've been waiting now 10 days for it, and it hasn't been updated. It's still got the same thing where it doesn't suck the dirty water up. When it washes the mop roller, but then the water just stays down underneath the mop roller and it goes into an air of leaking dirty water tank or something. But it's broke. It hasn't, it's my second unit. So man, that thing would do, I think it could give it a run for its money if I could get one working. Again, be sure and check out my website, justadadapproved.com. Sign up for my email list. Products that I highly recommend when they go on sale, I'd send out a quick email letting everybody know, like last week, the MOVA P10 Pro was $500. That's a really, really good price. I sent an email out, so thanks to everybody. And people let me know when these sales are going on too. So again, I do use links. If you purchase any of the products that you see in my video, in the description, in the pop-up, or on my website, that I am an affiliate with Amazon and Walmart. It will take you to those sites. And I will get a commission from that sale if you end up purchasing the product. So, but again, the way commissions work is if you return it, I don't get the commission for 60 days. So if you return it in that 60 days, I don't get the commission. So it does me no good to recommend a product that I think you would return. The Z60, man, I don't know yet. I thought this thing was just going to be amazing. I don't know. You just get in your head and you see all the hype and everything. And I thought the Narwhal Flow was going to be really good too. The sleeper is the Dreamy Aqua 10. I've seen the least amount about it. Now there's some kind of track one. I don't know anything. People keep asking me to do the Dreamy track. I don't know anything about it. The sleeper is the Aqua 10 right now. I got to do more testing on it. But I think it's going to win. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Could please like, subscribe, and check out justadadapproved.com.